anxious to talk to you about your 3D boxes and the significance of those boxes and where they're coming from for you and what your process is like.
Okay, I have some examples here. I really enjoy to talk with my boxes. This
Okay.
is another project.
Oh, wow.
I I think that in my art I can put all my issues in my head. Yes, because I'm very controller person. And sometimes I don't have the notion of this, but in my art, it's like because I need to put all in the same color, not in the same texture, but I need to put in some patterns.
Huh?
I don't know why, but all my life is so like rigid.
Right.
Uh,
I think
yes,
if we could see your closet, would it also be organized in colors as
my
well?
colors, my shoes. I don't know. One day, one friend of mine, she told me that you maybe have some autism spectrum. Maybe I don't know, but I really enjoyed that. I have issues if I don't have this conversation. This project started because when I was to a market, I really enjoyed the fly market or the ambulance market, and I visit to find some toys for a specific project, but always I buy more and more toys. And in one moment, I saw that I have a lot of toys, and I started to think that I'm not a collectionist. I'm a accumulist. I don't know how to say that. Person who
¿Cómo se dice?
acumulador.
A collector, not a collectionist, but like an accumulator. So like maybe a hoarder.
Maybe my husband told me that you're not collector. You are
A hoarder. Yeah.
and sometimes, but I think the advantage that I have is I'm so clean, and I need all in some order, and that's the thing that I have good for say something, no. And I start this. I really enjoyed to have the upcycling, because there are toys, there are old toys. Most of the toys have they are broke, or there are with some draws, or there are there doesn't function. But for me, it's very valuable, because in the possibility that I can find more toys with some history, I really enjoy more, because they talk about the history that they have, like in the movies, in the Toy Story movies, that
Yeah.
I think the toys talk with me, and they told me that give take me with you and do something, no.
So your friend is only worried about it, you being a hoarder and not being like a little crazy.
I think all the artists, we are crazies.
It's necessary.
And there are a good craziness and bad craziness. I think my craziness is it's good. I really try to bring my childhood nostalgia for
Mhm.
everyone. I like to talk with present in my art the inclusion, the gender equality, the visibility, and how how we can learn to applaud the difference, because imagine all in the same line, and
Right.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
So with my art, I talk about the principle, or mainly about my childhood. I'm born in a very traditional Mexican family in the 80s. So in that year, everything was wrong. And in all time, they told you that don't run with like a girl, don't speak like a girl, you don't cry, you can cry, you can use pink clothes. So it was a lot of rules.
Mhm.
But what happened when you think different, and when your thoughts are every day are wrong, and you start to say what is wrong with me, because I think different.
Right.
And it's a society that they put you in that box, and they say that that's the way that you have to live. So in the certain humor, I try to put this nostalgia and this version of my art. First of all, like I told a few minutes that make an upcycling. The mainly the toys there are not art for much people. So my balance is for the kitsch art and the eclectic. I'm very kitsch. I'm very eclectic in my person. I really love the experiment with fashion, with the clothes. No, not fashion. Sorry, with clothes, because I don't care if there are clothes for many years ago, or of the if there are clothes for a woman. I don't care. I really enjoy to practice with myself and be free. And this freedom, I think. I decide to have this freedom around 10 years ago. So I all my life I think I grew up with all the rules and all the I thought that I was a very complacent person all my life, and suddenly you start to grow up and say and you see that the life pass with open and closed eye, like very fast. So when uh, before I take that decision, I start to see some close families and friends dead. So I start to ask me, so where when you are going to follow your dreams and the really things that you want to do, if they're not now, when? And I think that it's not never is the time, the correct time. It's difficult if you try to I forgot the to wait. No, if you try to start in some date in specific, you have to take decisions. You have to jump. I always say, if you want to know if you are if you can do something, the only way that you know is do the thing. No, so I really enjoy to talk with toys. I always say that I paint with the color of the toys, and the toys with the form, and really enjoy, because I remember all my stages in my childhood, and with that nostalgia and with that respect, that in that moment for my family and for me, it was a very big problem if I play with dolls, and now I can take the dolls. For at the beginning, when I start to do art with dolls, I re I felt like a guilty uh, uh, from my childhood. But then I started to think, why it's a piece of something. So my work talk about the genderless, there's no different in colors. All we can be every color that we want every day. So it's like my artwork is like
Autobiography.
yes, and I try to say that, and there been and suddenly it's ironic, because I really enjoy the freedom, but I put in boxes. But it's the the mood that I have to show this discourse, or this thing that happened to me in my childhood. No, so it's really uh, I receive a lot of comments, good comments from people that they feel the same, but and in the same situation, they couldn't do much things in her childhood, his childhood. So I really happy to put this. And well, I start with photograph. Before I start with these sculptures, these small sculptures. There are skulls. I make the model,
Mhm.
and I start to paint with flowers, and I start with it's a property collection or my own collection because I really enjoy my Mexican identity with the skulls and the Day of the Dead, and I start to create. And these schools send me to Buenos Aires and send me some to some very important events. And with this, I start to believe more in me that because I really don't know that what can I do with these hands, and I start, and since 2008 to until now I never stop to create. I have a lot of I have two collectives. This paints I made with my husband. He's draw and I put all in boxes, and I decor with, well, I put flowers, and I we have in Mexico like the schools and some like boxes, but they're always with an Catholic image. I'm so kitsch. So I start to thinking sometimes that I really want my version of that boxes. So I start to put all in boxes, and well, it's easier to clean and to keep the way that the order or the cleanings. So I really enjoy to now encapsulate all.
You're showing several of your boxes, and I would like to talk about a couple of them specifically. I'm thinking about Senor Pata.
Señor Pato,
Pato, sí, okay.
Mr. Duck.
I did, yeah. It's interesting to me, like that one stands out to me because there is a multitude of color and texture within that one particular box, and I was wondering if it had any significance, special significance to you.
Yes, that piece. First of all, it talk about me for the collectionist or the accumulation of stuffs. I really enjoy and really love the aesthetic of the dogs from a lot of years ago. I have a little collection that I put in that piece, and I try to simulate my bathroom. The floor is silver. My floor is silver. They have a small piece of my tower. I cut my tower to put on that, and suddenly I try to see at the beginning. That piece have a lot of information for me, but I try to most of my artwork talk about me. And before this, I was in a therapy. Then I finished my therapy and I start to make catharsis, and and it was the best therapist that I have. So I try to talk about the small guy have a shoes, and I really want to find someone a doll that have shoes, because in my collection I have like 200 pieces of shoes. I have a lot of things. I really so I try
I can't even imagine that. That can't be true.
so I try to simulate all my universe in that piece, and it's supposed it's me in the body of Justin Timberlake, because it's Justin Timberlake in that piece.
I,
And
I didn't look in front of me. I don't know what everybody else is seeing. You look like
I really enjoyed it because I put my dog collection in this piece, and I'm start to find more and more and more and more, and it's a universe of dogs because they are different. They have all versions, and it's very funny. And I think it's very pop in the culture. Pop is very nice sign. So I really love the pop culture. Like I told you, the kitsch, the exaggerate, the colors, the forms. That piece, I think they have around 200 200 dogs
wow.
around, and uh, it's heavy, but I think that the piece was 50 kilos, but no, it's 15 kilos. So it's heavy, but it's normal, and
Right.
it's big. It's a really I really enjoyed that create that piece, because I like the small work and the big and the medium, and all artwork makes me experiment with size, with another kind of species, or
Well, you're very prolific. You create a lot of work.
yes.
I follow your Instagram, and I'm absolutely jealous. At first, I can't figure out how you find that amount of time to do it all. But I mean, you're constantly experimenting and using different symbols and imagery. Like you have, I mean, you have like one that's a McDonald's. You have a SpongeBob one that we're showing. You have a I love the soldier one. Can you talk a little bit about the soldier one? Because this one changed a little bit because you actually intentionally put a pink soldier into, there are more layers of color within this one, and you highlighted one specific color. And I thought maybe you could talk a little bit about that too.
Yes, it was a very nice piece too. It calls Resistencia.
Mhm.
And I put they have 501 soldiers, two pinks, one in the box in out of the box and one inside the box. And I talk about that all the world, or most, they told us that you have to be green all the time, you have to do the same things, most in your childhood, that they always told you that you have to do this, you have to learn this, you have to be the. So in that piece, I really want to talk that you can be different, and it's no, you don't have a problem. You have to fight, you have to defend all that, your thoughts, you when you do actions. It's difficult to be different
Mhm.
much of the time, but you have to be really patient. You have to be honest with you. You have to and if you are different, so wow, it's good, because they told us that we have to be the same, and why? It's so bored. So I try to, and I use the pink because I really enjoy to work with that color, because here in Mexico, until these days, must say that girl color. So why they say that, and I put a masculine figure like the soldier
Mhm.
in pink. So there are, yeah, they are soldiers that uh, it's not necessary about the sexual condition. It, they can be soft and they can be rude in her work, but they can be kind. They can be. It's not necessary if you are a soldier. You have to be masculine, rude, and insult everyone. And so I'm very proud with this. I had two cousins that they were in the military school. One of them was was killed around 15 years ago, and the other is now a colonel. I don't know, but I remember they really want to change and they want to do something for Mexico. And in this time, the soldier figure and the police figure, they are they change and no represent something good. They represent scare and all the things that for the figure are create. It's the opposite. So I want to change a little bit, because I have good memories from that. No, from this week and 2 weeks ago, one friend of mine invited me to give sensibility talks, or sensibility art talks to police. There are a police around 20s that they going to finish the college, the school, and before they start to go to the streets, the school want that they have a sensibility. So they call me to talk with them. I have 50 policemen. The 13.
Were any of them cute? Did you offer to send my phone number to any of the cute police officers? No handsome police officers?
They
So,
I, we no they have the 13% are women only,
okay.
and it's really good because I have the change. I have the opportunity to change some minds because I talk about this, the applause, the difference, the respect. If they saw a man with a dress, what happened with that? They a part of be pendant to the security. They can show and they can respect and they can to learn to teach other people how to respect other person. No, so I don't know why, but this inspiration and these figures appears in my life, and I try to change for everything. I really in bad mood when people make all general because not in the same community, in the gay community, in the lesbian, in the heterosexual, and every community, no one is the same. You have to try to learn to 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 don't generalize
Mhm.
all, and try to learn how you can communicate and be with other people, and try to learn and I don't know to find how you can um,
Coexist. Yeah,
yes, exist.
very important. I love the way I feel like your work is very celebratory, even though you deal with serious topics. And I mean, the colors are really vibrant, and there's the kitsch element to it that definitely helps bring it about lighter. I think it's really important that people have the experience of diversity in their lives because that's the only way that you know of the potential you can have within yourself. So you can discover yourself within these pieces of artwork. Um, are you, other than the millions of shows that you're working with us with, are there other shows that people will be able to see your work at in the next few months? Or
Yes, in August I have I say, collective exposition here in Monterrey, and they talk about the bodies. And I'm really happy with this piece because it's my first sculpture in acrylic, and it's 160 meters. And I talk about the different bodies because they have two faces, and it's a boy and it's a girl. And I talk about the girls, the boys, the woman, the trans woman, and trans man, only for to show and coexist. I don't know the people. All the people need to do the same thing, but I talk about the respect, the difference, and coexist with best behavior possible. So and I really enjoy to participate in convocatories.
so,
And in this month, I think I sent like 10 proposals, and I'm start to wait the answers. So I don't know the confirmed shows, but when I have the confirmed dates, I with all my I'm going to share with us.
yes, and we can find you on Instagram with your name, Cabeza.
Sí, arte de cabeza.
De Cabeza,
It
yeah.
was my nickname in the childhood, the big head, and I put in my artist name. So the cabeza is with me for 4 years
Nice.
until now.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to tell us more about your artwork and share with us.
Thank you
Um,
very much.
People will take the opportunity to download Volume 4 of the Bureau of Queer Art, which will be available on June 1st.
Yes.
Go in Ventura opens on June 1st and will be open until June 29th at the Dama Gallery in Ventura, California. I know that the Studio Door show opens on July the 2nd, and I'm not sure for how long that runs, but it's going to be a great show as well. And obviously this podcast and all these different elements and things, there's just so many different ways to experience your artwork. So I
Thank you
appreciate
very
you,
much.
your sharing with us and your prolific studio work. I know that it's going to continue growing, so I encourage everyone to follow Arte Cabeza on Instagram, and we'll tune in and keep finding more things to show with your work. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much. I really appreciate that you having me. It's a big opportunity for me that you have trust in my artwork. And like I told you, I think this is